with another Mask and Tape Treasures. First and foremost, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and
Oh my god.
leave me a comment if you like. Okay, today we're not going to be making anything, but I'm going to paint my all-time favorite, the thylacine. I created this earlier, so I'm going to paint the thylacine, i.e. the Tasmanian tiger. First, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need paint brushes, acrylic paint, and you're going to need, hold up. Paper plate. Play it again, Sam. Okay. Let's get started. I didn't mention the masking tape because, I didn't mention the masking tape because we're not going to be using any masking tape today. But
Uh-oh.
you're going to have to pay attention. Okay, let's get started. Now, we got to figure out, I'm going to paint this, it's going to be a dark blue, deep blue, and orange. Okay, that's going to create the fawn-like color. From pictures that I've seen of the Tasmanian tiger, and from actual footage from a movie of the Tasmanian tiger or the thylacine, they were a fawn color. They were fawn. Okay, so we're going to create that color. A little orange. Sorry, I should have had the white one, but all I got is the orange. And then we're going to put a dot of blue. Just a dot. Tweet. You see that? Just a dot of blue. We're going to take our brush and we're going to mix it. So we just want to mix it real good. Yeah, if you're trying to get this color, trying to achieve this color, don't use any other blues. Use a dark blue or a deep blue. You see? All right. It comes out like almost a caramel-like color, like caramel. Then we want to just brush over lightly. Yeah. I love these animals. I love them. Even though there's no more of them, I still love them. Because they were never given a chance. They were never given a chance. I remember when I was a kid, when I first found out about these, I was sad about it. I was always sad. Always sad. But life goes on. When one life stops, it goes on. All right, you want to paint right. You want to get the bottom jaw and leave a spot right here near the eyes, where you're going to put the eyes at. Leave a spot. Okay? So you want to leave a spot. If you're making this one, or a dog or whatever, you want to leave a spot there. Then we're going to paint the back of the ears. Yep, these are, they're talking about cloning these, but I wouldn't hold my breath. And they steady talking about they saw one, but that's not hardly either. I think they're totally extinct. For real. I hate to say it, and I will be the last person to say that they are totally extinct. But yeah, I think they're extinct. Just like the dodo bird. Just like the dodo bird, the passenger pigeon, and all of them. There's no more of them. And it's not wrong to say that, but you, in a realistic approach, I'm telling the truth. It's like Bigfoot. If they really saw a Bigfoot, they would have an accurate picture of him. They would. They would have an accurate picture. Because everybody's photographers nowadays with their cell phones. So if you saw one, you would whip your camera out, rip your phone out so quick and take a picture. But I heard that they have, I don't know if it's $100,000 if you come up with proof that you saw a thylacine Tasmanian tiger, or if you snap a picture, you can cash in for the $100,000. So they serious. They serious about this, you know. But nobody came forth to claim the prize. Why is that? Because there is none. There's none left. Okay, there we go. It's gonna be like this, okay? Now, we want to get some white. Get some white and get a separate brush. Separate brush like this. And go right up under the eye. Go just like this. Like this. See that? So we want to do another one on this side. Just go right, just like you did on the other side. Now, we want to take some of this paint here and just fill in right there. Just dot it in. Dot in all the places where you don't have the white. Okay? All right. We're just going to dot in like so. See? Now, don't worry about that. We're going to take some black and put the eye in there. Okay? We're going to take just a little dot of this black. You don't need that much, because you'll be wasting it if you got a lot of black. Just want a little piece of black and dot right in. Just like this. So, hold on. Like so. See that? Now we're going to fade the other part. What I mean by fading, we want to just fade it out with this color. Fade it on out. Just slowly fade it on out. Fade it on out. Sort of fade it out like this. Okay? Then we're going to do this side. Yeah. All right. Now, we're going to let that dry a little bit right around the eye area. Now we're going to get started on the telltale stripes. Because they had stripes going down their back. Let's touch up this first over here. Now, they had stripes going down the base of their back, down their tail, okay? So we're going to make that black. But we're going to go from here, just going across. See that? Now we're going to go do a different one. Yes, yes, yes. Straight on across. Straight across the back. Down. You see that? Should have stripes just like that. Okay. I guess these were, the stripes were for camouflage. It may not look like camouflage to you, but when they get out there in the bushes and the wild and the sun is shining through the trees and stuff like that, trust me, they're camouflage. All right, like so. Now, let's try to get back to that eye now. See that? Now we still need to fake. Well, look at the stripes. You see? They go down half the body and the tail. Okay? Now we need to mix some more of this orange and a dot of the dark blue. Yes, yes, yes. Just mix it. All right. Try not to, try not to go over the stripes. Okay? It don't matter if it's a little darker because it's going to blend in with the rest of it. All right. Okay. Now let's try to blend some more of this out. Just want to feather this out. Now, you see it's getting smaller now. The white part is getting smaller. Feather it out. Okay. Now, I'm going to put some more black in there. All right. See here? Okay. Now, we want to go inside the ear with a little lighter, like gray. See those ears? Just want to make them a little gray. You achieve the gray by mixing black with white. Black with white. You get a nice gray color. All right. There you go. Now, we want to do the breast part a little, just make it a little white and a little brown. Just want to blend it out a little. You see? Just want to come out just a little white and a little of the brownish color. All right. There you have it. It's a Tasmanian tiger. Now let's do the nose. Y'all know what color the nose is going to be. Black, of course. Just want to go over the nose. Let's make it black. See? Black nose. And then we got the mouth to tan too. Let's take a little red. Red oxide. Just put a little bit in the white. Then we want to go in the mouth. You know, one of their telltale signs was their gaping mouth. Their mouth can open wide like this. But I don't think they had enough jaw strength to really bite down on you. But they can give you a nasty bite. All right. There we go. Now let's get the teeth. We're going to do the teeth white. There we go. There you have it. The Tassie Tiger or the thylacine. Now we want to put him down on, okay, here we go. We want to place him on a platform. This is how I prepare my art when I'm selling it, okay? So we're going to get him on a platform, get him in a position. Get him in a position here. Get him dead center. Now right here, you're going to write Mask and Tape Treasures right here. And maybe right here, you're going to put the animal's name, the thylacine or Tasmanian tiger. Okay? All right. Now, let's get... Story time. Look, this story time is called, this story time is called Something Fishy. Something Fishy. Well, my first side business was I used to raise fish. You know, but I didn't think it through. Look, if I raise fish have at least 40 to 50 babies. It depends on the species, but I was mostly raising cichlids. So I had a cichlid thing going, you know. So I had red devils, Texas cichlids, Jack Dempseys, convicts, and Oscars. Well, I wasn't able to successfully breed the Oscars, but I did get one to lay eggs. But I don't think they were viable or nothing like that. But I successfully raised all the other ones, okay? So I used to breed these cichlids. And then once I get a batch of them, like 40 or 50 of them, some of them can sometimes have 100, you know. So if I had a big batch, I would take them out after they get, you know, about this big. I'd take them out and I'd take them to a pet store and sell them, you know. It wasn't that much of a profit, but it was some change. You know, you make some change on the side. You know, so the Red Devils, the Red Devils were kind of hard. Were kind of hard to breed, but it was doable. You know, it was doable. But I had to wait till the Red Devils get this size for them to breed successfully. So I had two Red Devils. I raised them up. They got big. They were fighting so much. They were fighting each other. I never thought they would actually mate. I got another one and tried to put them in there. They killed them, you know. So the Red Devils are when you're trying to breed Red Devils, keep in mind they are very, very aggressive. They are hyper aggressive. They will fight even the female. If the female is not ready to mate, they will fight. They will fight. And then he would get if they get the female scared of them, because the male is always bigger. If he get the female scared, they'll never breed. But when conditions are right, you have to feed them. You have to feed them earthworms, shrimp, and a nice pellet feed. You know, fish food. But they feed those little pellets. Get them some pellets and feed them well. Feed them well. And when it comes time, you got to raise the temperature in the water, maybe to 80 degrees, maybe to 80 degrees. Then after that, you cool it down, let it cool down. It's a crazy process. But then when they mate and lay, they're going to dig a hole. They're gonna take sand in their mouth, or the little rocks that you have at the bottom. They're gonna take it in their mouth and spit it away from. Just keep spitting it, spitting it, spitting. Then they're gonna have a shallow depression in the sand or rocks or whatever. Then they're gonna lay right down there. Or if you have a flat rock or something like that in there, they'll lay on that. They'll lay their eggs on that. Then they're gonna lay their eggs, and then I think it takes like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. And see, you got to really keep, because they will protect these eggs too. They'll protect them with their life. If you have another fish in there, trust me, no fish is going to get in that area, because they're going to shoot out there and they're going to bite them. They're going to bite them. So I advise you to take all fish out. Maybe leave some deader fish, you know, like goldfish in there with them. Maybe, you know, just some fish you don't care about. You don't care about. Leave those in there with them, because the goldfish going to stay out of the way. They're not going to even go near them. But they chase, when they chase them away, that builds up their maternal instincts. Okay, so when they keep doing that, and then finally the fry hatch, and they're very small. The fry, and it's a lot of them. They're going to be balling up, and they're going to stay near the mother and the father. They're going to stay near them. And until they're gonna stay near the mother and the father. Hold on one second, y'all. Yeah, they're gonna stay near the mother and the father until they get old enough, okay? But the mother and the father, if you feed them pellets, the mother and the father will grab pellets. They would chew the pellets up, and they will spit some of it out. They spit some of it out. And they'll crush it up real fine and spit some out. And then the baby fish will eat that. It's crazy, but they take care of their fish. They babies, you know. And then when they get bigger, then you sell them. But, like I told y'all, I didn't think that I would run out of places to sell them to. You know, once I got, because they had 50 of them. if I sell a pet shop 50 fish, they don't need no more until they sell them. And soon as those babies are born, when you take all their babies away, they go into heat or season right away. And then now they having another batch. You know, it's crazy. So I sold them. So I started getting different cichlids. I had tanks in my house, man. I had like about 4 tanks. 4 tanks. I had one big one, 125-gallon tank. And, I had 55s and a 75-gallon. I had, big tanks. So I started raising the Texas cichlid. Then I started raising the convict cichlid. Excuse me. But I started raising the convict cichlid. Then I found out that if you take a different breed of cichlid and you can mate them with a different cichlid of a different breed. That's how close their anatomy is to each other. You can breed a different cichlid with, 2 different cichlids together, and then come out with a strange fish. After I sold all the fish that I was going to sell, and it looked like I wasn't going to make no money for the rest of the season, I started breeding fish of different fish together. Long as they're in the cichlid family, they can breed. Okay? Unless you're trying to breed an aggressive fish with a non-aggressive fish. Now, some of the non-aggressive fishes are rams, the angelfish, and sometimes I think the firemouth, and all those fish are semi-aggressive. So if you take a hyper-aggressive fish and try to breed with one of them, chances are they're gonna eat them up. So that don't put those 2 fish together. So I took I bred a Texas cichlid with the red devil, and the fish was beautiful when it came out. When I grew, I did it, and then I kept some of the babies, but I kept 3 of the babies, and they got big like this. Beautiful, and they had a hump on the head. So I don't know if that's what they do to make the flower horn cichlid. The flower horn, the ones with the big humps on their head, but this one had a hump on his head. So I sold some of those. So, they didn't know what they was. I had to tell them what they were. I could have said anything, but they thought it was a flower horn. They lucky I didn't want to get them, But, after that, and I sold them for more money. So I started breeding. I took a convict and bred him with a Texas cichlid. Bred a convict. And convicts are small, but they are breeders. A convict cichlid is a breeder. If you try to breed him with a Texas cichlids get about a foot long, maybe. And a convict only get like, the biggest I've seen a convict was 6 inches, 6-7 inches. If you get 7 inches, that's a huge fish, So they were like this big. I bred one with a Texas cichlid. Man. But a convict cichlid is a small cichlid, but it's hyper aggressive. If you got two convict cichlids and they breed, they will beat everything in the tank. Sheerly on their tenaciousness. Because they shoot out and they don't stop. They're relentless. They are relentless. So I bred one of those with a hyper aggressive Texas cichlid and created a monster. A monster. This fish was so aggressive, I couldn't put no fish in the tank with him. Nothing. Matter of fact, he would try to come at me. When I come outside the tank and look in the tank, he would charge at the glass. So I would advise you to breed though. If you breed them, expect them not to breed with another fish. Expect them not to breed. That would just be a show fish. And I kept him for a long time. Long time. Kept him for a long time. But he was super aggressive. Then I went to the angelfish. The angelfish are flat fish, and they got long fin at the top and long at the bottom. They're cichlids too. I tried to breed an angelfish with a convict cichlid. A convict, they call them convicts because you know the jail suits that they have with the stripes going straight down? That's the way their color was. And they were brown and white, and they had some white ones, albinos and stuff like that. But they mostly were black and like a whitish gray, grayish white. And they had the stripes going down. The convicts were the small cichlids. You remember I told y'all the small. They wouldn't breed with the angelfish. So I don't think angelfish can be crossbred. Angelfish can't be crossbred. The Oscars, I love my Oscars. I had one named Boxer and one named Angel. Angel was a veil tail with the long flowing tail, you know. I liked them, but they got so big, like they were huge. And they never bred. They never bred until like after a couple of years, they finally bred and laid eggs, but the eggs wasn't viable. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you can breed fish. Sometimes a fish would lay eggs, and the eggs not even fertilized, like a chicken. Something like a chicken. A chicken will lay an egg, and it's not even fertilized. You know. So once he laid the eggs, and I sat there and waited, and they never hatched off. Finally, fungus started getting on them, so I had to get them out of the tank. You know, just the egg. And they fought me too. They fought me because they protected those eggs all the way up to the end. But when they start getting spoiled, like I had to get them out of the tank. So I actually, if you want to breed cichlids, get you a huge tank. I'm talking about 175 gallons or something like that, or more. Just put them in that tank, and the substrate, make it be sand, and put a lot of large flat rocks in there. And they should breed. But I don't think I had them in a 125 gallon tank. They laid the eggs, but they wasn't viable. Or it was something wrong with the male, or something, but they never bred. My angelfish never bred, but all the rest of them have. I had this long fish, a pike cichlid, and I named it Mama Mia. It was a pike cichlid. they were kind of long like this, and that was cool, but it never bred. So after breeding those fish so many times and selling them to Petco, to selling them to Ruby's Begonia, selling them to PetSmart, after I went hit all of those, and I hit some smaller fish stores, Fish and Things or something like that. Sold some to them. Once I sold all of them, nobody didn't want any more fish. They didn't want any more fish. So that was the end of that career. But I was stuck with fish that constantly kept breeding. So I had to try to devise a way for them not to breed. So I kept the temperature down like maybe 60 degrees. And I just separated the male from the female and just kept doing that until finally I got a balance to where they wouldn't breed. So I think I made $500 at the most. Mostly $500 my whole career doing this, okay? Because I had to sell them in batches. Like, they would go for like $5 a fish, you know. And sometimes I would get 30. Sometimes I would get a low number, 25. Sometimes I would get 50. You know, kept going like that. But I still love fish. I got tanks. I still got tanks now. But now they're empty. They're empty because I lost my love for breeding fish. But I love fish. But I don't want to get, I will only get cichlids. That's all I get. If I do get them, they're going to breed. I can't, it's kind of hard for me to stop them. But maybe I'll just get one fish, but that's not good. Look, when you get fish, get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, get some fish together so they have a companion to swim around with. Don't leave them by themselves because especially if you're getting cichlids. If you get cichlids and you leave one cichlid in a tank by itself for maybe a couple of months, maybe 5 months, leave him in a tank by itself and see what happens. When you finally get another fish, he's going to kill it. He's going to immediately kill it. Get them small. When you get them small. They cheaper like that. So that's what I used to get. I used to get them small and then grow them out. Grow them out. And it don't take long to grow them if you feed them the right food. If you stop feeding them just those little flakes, that's cool for goldfish. Because goldfish are rats. They swim in rats. But for cichlids, you need to get a quality pellet, high in protein. Okay? Get a high protein pellet and feed those to them. And then feed them shrimps, earthworms, and every other little things. Crickets. And when they small, give them brine shrimp. When they real little, keep feeding them brine shrimp, and then they'll grow. Yep. But I'll probably get another fish probably in the next couple of months. Yep. But that career is over. I really wanted to start it again, but if I had a lot of people I could sell to, I could really sell to, where I can make a profit. That's it. Because I know how to breed them. I know what to feed them and everything. And I know how to get them in condition. I know how to put the rock in there, in the water. Put the sand at the bottom and everything like that. And raise that temperature. That's the key to it. You got to raise that temperature. And put a lot of plants in there. They'll breed. They will breed. All right. Okay, we got a Tassie tiger here. See the stripes? I don't know why I keep coughing. I don't. Well, that's it for my masking tape treasures. Make sure you like, subscribe, and
No.
leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so you'll get notified with every film that I place up. Okay? And share. Share my videos so that everyone can get the masking tape treasures experience. All right? Peace. Adios. Salamat.